Hello everybody, in this Rhino Grasshopper video demo, I would like to talk about the Cull Index. Okay, let's start. Let me associate this curve to Grasshopper. Okay, and I'm going to put a divide curve to extract points from the curves. And I'm going to place boxes on the points. Okay, you can see now that I have a box on each point. And basically, we can use the cull functions which are parked under the sets sequence, these cull functions, for the removal of items from the list of results. Okay, the one that I want to talk about in this video is the Cull Index. Okay, so I'm going to place this here. Basically, as the name implies, we can remove items from the list through the selection via the index number. Okay, so for example, let's say I want to remove item index 2. I can put a panel type 2 and then connect this here, and you can see that in the result item index 2 has been removed, okay, resulting in the point being not used to place a box. Okay, we can have more than one indices being selected for removal, and to do that, one way we can use is to go to the manage integer collection by right mouse clicking over the indices and then click the add item and determine which are the item you want to remove. I want to take this opportunity to demonstrate the removal of items from each end. Okay, so I can put the index 0 as the first one, press enter, and then add another item. Okay, if you want the reverse list of items to be selected, in this case here, I want the last item to be selected for removal, I can type a negative sign in front. Negative, as there's no -0, so the first item that will be removed in the reverse direction is -1. Okay, so I'm going to put the -1, press enter, click OK, and you notice that index 0 and the first item in the opposite direction, which is -1, has been removed. Okay, so this is a way for us to remove items from the ends of the list. Okay, now I want to show a potential application of the Cull Index. Okay, let me delete the things that we have on screen. And put a piece of surface. Let me give the surface a bit of a curvature. Type rebuild. And let's pull some points. Okay, so we got something like that. And I'm going to associate this to Grasshopper. Wrap, right mouse click. Okay, and then I'm going to put the divide surface component. Okay, then this will allow me to extract some points from it. Okay, let me reduce the point count for the moment. Okay, and if I were to plug this to a sphere, I will be able to get spheres being distributed on the points. Okay, I can see now on the points we have spheres. However, what if what we actually wanted is to have spheres only on the center region of the surface, and we do not want the spheres to be on the edges. Okay, this is quite a common type of requirement. To do that, we can use a Cull Index, which I'm going to demonstrate now. Okay, I'm going to put a Cull Index. And like what we did just now, I'm going to select the first and the last item. Okay, the first item will be index 0, and the last item, as mentioned previously, will be -1. Okay, so type -1, press enter, click OK, and let's plug this to get the result. Okay, and you can see over here we have got the first row and the last row removed from the selection, resulting in them not being used for the placement of the spheres. However, I also like to remove more items. To do that, we can use the flip matrix. If you are not familiar with the flip matrix, you might want to click on the label over here to go to a previous video that talks about it. Okay, so I'm going to put a flip matrix, and let me replicate the Cull Index again. Okay, so what happened here is that I did a flip matrix before I do the Cull Index, and oops, this is not the result that we wanted. Now what we got is like two rows has been removed instead. So what I'm going to do is to rearrange this sequence over here so that we'll get the correct kind of result. Okay, basically we need to plug this here before we go to the flip matrix. So basically we do a Cull Index first, then we flip the matrix, and then we do the Cull Index again. And yeah, you can see that now we have got the items being removed firstly from these two rows, and then after the flipping of the matrix, additional items will be removed from here and here as well. Okay. Okay, what if we wanted to have more stuff being removed? For example, typical design requirement maybe is for you to distribute some details, let's say only in this region over here, and we do not want stuff at the edges and here as well. For those kind of situation, we can use, in addition to the Cull Index, the split tree. Okay, and I will be briefly covering the split tree over here. If you need to have a more detailed understanding of split tree, you might want to click on this label to go to the split tree video. Okay, so over here what I'm going to do is put a mask. Okay, if you want to know more about the mask application, you will have to go to the previous video by clicking on this label. Okay, for now I'll just write what is required for our demo here. Okay, I will want to have for example branch 0, 1, 2 and 3. Let's connect it over here. And now I'm going to include this split tree into our process. So we're going to connect the last Cull Index to the data so that the result will be passed through the split tree, and then use the positive result for the creation of sphere. Yeah, you notice that the spheres have now been placed only over here. Okay, and if let's say for example, as I mentioned, I want them to be here instead, what we can do is use the flip matrix to flip the matrix. Okay, before we do the split tree. So I can connect here, and yep, we got the result as intended. Okay, with that, I come to the end of this demo. Hope it has been useful. See you. Bye.